Over there to the fire.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to ITV Calendar on Facebook, live here from somewhere that probably looks quite spooky. If you ever came to Pleasure Island, you may have come to the ghost train. We're taking a look around, we're going to show you around the ghost train today because they're getting ready to auction off lots of items that still remain from when the theme park here closed. And that auction takes place in October. And there's all sorts of really quite spooky things. So you've just seen over there the spooky pianist. You've got cobwebs hanging from the ceiling there. It's hard to know actually in here what cobwebs are real and what are fake. And Vince, you're in charge of this auction, aren't you?
I am, yes.
What's this like for you, looking at all the stuff around here?
Well, it's great. These are the interesting bits that you never got to go in, because these were the walk pasts that you went in when you was queuing for the ride. You see in there the pianist and all the lights and everything. You just peered through windows and see these. We actually get a chance to go in and have a look at them, touch them and see how they work. It's going to be a fascinating auction.
Well, let's take a look, because what we're going to do now is we're going to take you on a walk through the ghost train. So if you ever came here as a kid, some of this might look familiar. Look at these pictures up here. So you've got, I mean, I don't know whether that's male or female, but it's fairly horrific. So this is where you'd have queued through here, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. This is where the queuing system worked into where you actually boarded the train. The actual ride was called Shrieksville. It was all set up and especially made for
Pleasure Island. It says there, beware Shrieksville.
Yeah,
And actually this is one of the signs that you'll probably be auctioning off.
It is one of the signs, yeah. The great thing is, when we did the first auction in March, the ride didn't sell at its reserve, so Pleasure Island have given us permission now to split it down into 80 different lots and actually sell it off piece by piece.
And look, these are the actual cars that you'd have sat in. There's still an auction sticker on here from the first auction you had earlier in the year. And you've got the track here. I mean, it's not working at the minute, but you can walk around, and that's what we're going to kind of have a look around now. So we'll try not to trip over the track as we go. So these are the things. What would have happened to these?
Well, that's it. As you came through, you hit the sensor, the compressor there would start shaking things around, and spinning them around and everything. And of course, you know, they're making the effects of the ghost train as you hit different areas. You know,
there's doors here.
The doors would fly open, and there you go. You would see the different creatures that were lurking behind each door.
I'm quite scared just walking around it now. So, yeah, you can. Oh, yeah, you can see here this door would have rattled.
This one here, this would come flying towards you as you came round in your car. You know, as the ghost train came past, this would fly towards you and stop and create that the scare. That's what it was about. They're just creating that scare, and this chap here would come out from behind the door, and basically the effect would be like this as you came round. Actually jumping out at you.
Yeah, that's quite something.
What's interesting is the auction's actually taking place 10 days before Halloween.
So some of these items would be great if you're having a Halloween party.
Absolutely, yeah, because I mean you can't normally buy items like this. You know, these aren't the sort of things you buy at the supermarkets. These are custom-made items, especially for a ghost train.
And as you're walking around it, oh look at this one down here. I think that one looks like grot bags with the green face. She's going to come flying out of that cupboard there, isn't she?
This one comes flying out again. As you come round, that one hit you like that, returns again straight away. I'm not quite sure what this chap did up here, but he's quite a good-looking one. That one actually fires all the way back and comes flying out towards you. But he's quite a scary-looking one.
We've got some people who are watching live I'm just trying to see what people are saying here. Oh, somebody's asking about the dolphins that were around there. There's no animals left here, is there?
No, there's no animals left on the site. They all went off the site quite a long time ago now. The sea lions were actually rehomed in Germany.
Oh, right. There's Nicola's watching. She says her son Ben loved Shrieksville, which is exactly where we're standing now. Sharon says it's all very creepy. I think this is probably bringing back memories for quite a few people who would have come round here when they were a kid themselves, and then brought their own children here. So you've got these gravestones. Oh, look behind here. So these would have popped up from behind the gravestones. They're a little bit terrifying. Look at his eyes. Wow.
And of course, no ghost train would be complete without a coffin, would it? And I believe the coffin used to kind of shake about a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And
And this presumably is another lot that's for sale as well?
yeah, all the lots, we're splitting everything up in here, so each item will be sold individually. And of course, these are working items, so it's not just like your normal things that just hang around. You could actually put these to your compressed air system, and these things would actually work.
You could have a skeleton flying out your kitchen door.
Yeah,
if you really wanted to.
You could have the best Halloween ever. I'm not sure who's in here.
No. Oh, look there, that's ready to pop up. Oh. You realise how long a ride this was as you're going round, don't you?
It was. I mean, it was a popular ride. This one, Shrieksville. Everyone likes a ghost train, and you know, when this was active, people used to be queuing all the time for this one. It was a really well attended ride. It was quite scary. The little kids loved it, of course, you know, because everything's scary, ghosts, skulls, goblins, and all the rest of it. They absolutely love that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And as some of your viewers at the moment are saying, you know, it'll be bringing back memories for them. Pleasure Island was a very well attended place.
Here's one of the workmen, look. Oh, he's got something in his head. That's not going to be doing him much good. And then there's this cart, which looks like it moves.
Show you this one as well. This one used to come flying from behind there, and as it came out, it really used to hit hard. So as the train came past, you really got the feeling they was going to hit you.
Yeah, lots of people are watching this on Facebook now live. Debbie says hello. Hi, Debbie. Sean's on here as well, and Julie. I bet most of these people have been here at some point.
Yes, well, I mean, lots of people came from across the Yorkshire region into
Yeah.
Cleethorpes, Skegness, places like that were well attended by all the people of Yorkshire for days out and weekends away at the caravan parks.
He's got something embedded in his head.
And Pleasure Island was opened from the early 90s, so a lot of people came here and have now actually grown up and had kids of their own. And you know, it's a shame, really, that the place closed down.
It is strange coming round this sort of thing on foot rather than in a cart. You can sort of see how it would have been, but it feels a little bit eerie, which is maybe a strange thing to say, given that we're in a ghost train, but it feels more eerie just being here generally.
Yes, and of course it's quite dark, isn't it?
Look at this fella.
This one, quite scary, that one. Interesting, that one, because I get a little bit of history of the ride. When they tried to put this piece in, they wanted it to originally come towards you, and they couldn't do it. They didn't have the space. So they came up with this illusion with a mirror.
Yeah.
So the piece actually comes down the side, and it still looks like it's coming towards you.
Because the cart will be coming along here, and
That's
you'll be
right.
looking straight at that thing flying towards you. Which is, this must be nearly the finale of the ride, actually. We're not far from the...
We're not far from the
Not
end,
far
of course.
from the end.
No ghost train would be a ghost train without the big spider.
Oh.
Who likes spiders? And that one's got extremely big fangs.
That one's going to eat you. Yeah. Oh, that moves as well. You can see that would have bounced up and down. I can see the
Yes.
I can see the arm at the back that would make that move. Wow. So all the stuff that's painted on the walls, you know, that's going to be lost, isn't it? It's all the mannequins, it's all the things that would have moved that are for sale. So this auction's in October. It's here at the park, isn't it?
October the 21st is the auction. We're having a viewing day on the 14th, so get yourself down to Pleasure Island. The site is quite restricted, but we are opening up certain areas to actually do the viewing. There's about 400 lots coming up for sale.
And lots of the sort of things, if you don't want a load of scary stuff, that we've just looked around the ghost train here on this, but there's all sorts of things elsewhere in the park. It's proper collector's memorabilia, isn't it?
Well, they're releasing a lot of the original park plans to us and the artist's impressions. This is gold dust to some fairground collectors. Some of them prices might go quite high. However, what's reassuring for people that just want to buy a piece of Pleasure Island, they're also releasing all the old stock from the souvenir shops with all the Pleasure Island themes on them, Tommy Tinkerboo and all the park favourites. That wasn't in the first auction. It is in this auction. There'll be plenty there for everybody to buy.
Brilliant. Thank you for taking us on this trip down memory lane, walking around the ghost train. Hope you've enjoyed it watching live on our Facebook page. And if you tune into Calendar later on, there'll be more on this on our programme tonight at 6 o'clock as well. Bye-bye for now.